One of the most wholesome anime I have seen in a while is airing this season, winter 2024. That series' name is A Sign of Affection. This series has been amazing, excluding shows that are continuing this season like Frieren and The Apothecary Diaries. This is my favorite anime this season and it's not even close. I just love the character writing in this series, but more than just the characters, this series does a really good job at going over a lot of harder topics, which I really like as well. This series hit hard right from episode 1 and has not let off the gas, and I love it. Well, anyway, let's get into more reasons why I love this anime as much as I do. One of the things I really like about the series is how it doesn't make being deaf look like a bad thing. All the people around Yuki are very kind and accommodating to her. They don't treat her like she is different and can't handle herself. They understand that she can't hear, but they still act as if they would around anybody else, and I actually really like that. There is one exception to this though, and that is her childhood friend Oshi. He is way too overprotective of her. It is one thing to be worried about someone and another to not have any faith in their ability to pick good people to be around or live life all because of a disability. Yuki's an adult. She's lived her whole life being deaf. She can handle herself in most situations. Sure, she may need help every once in a while, but who doesn't? She's just like everybody else in that regard. Being way too overprotective of someone is never a good thing, especially in cases like this where she is trying to get out of her comfort zone and grow as a person. I'm glad that they made Yuki a capable person despite her disability, as it shows that people like her are just the same and can still live a comfortable life, which I really loved about this series. I like how even though this anime does a really good job at showing that Yuki has people who are close to her that will treat her like anybody else, there's still some scenes where we can see that she feels left out. Her friends will be having a conversation and she wants to know what they're saying but can't hear. These scenes do such a good job as we go from hearing everything around us to suddenly being completely silent or extremely muffled the way Yuki hears things. It's crazy how well this show portrays this feeling. Yuki has friends, but they can easily leave her out of things even if it is unintentional, and it doesn't go unnoticed by Yuki. This anime does a really good job at getting us into the shoes of Yuki, who is deaf, and getting to see how she lives her life, which I think is really cool. I love all the different ways that characters communicate with each other in this series. Itsuomi can speak multiple languages, which is really cool, but besides that, there's also different ways people communicate with Yuki throughout the series. They text each other and speak sign language, Yuki can read lips, and then there's also just through gestures that they speak to each other, and I think that these different forms of communication are really cool and make the series super unique. This anime is extremely cute and wholesome. Quite literally everything Yuki does is cute. Her interactions with Itsuomi especially are super cute. This anime does a really good job at making you feel fluttery inside with every episode just by how wholesome this anime is. There's only one other anime this season that beats it out, and that is The Dangers in My Heart, as that anime is extremely wholesome, but this is a very close second place by just having really wholesome interactions between the characters. This anime really surprised me in a certain way, that being how fucking gorgeous it is. Like seriously, this anime is so good looking. There are so many good looking moments in this anime, especially when it comes to the romantic moments. They do a really good job at expressing the emotions of the characters through the animation and art style of the series. Not only the animation and art style though. The sound design in this anime also carries so much weight. I already brought this up earlier, but the way that they transition from having sound to not having sound is really well done and can make some emotional scenes hit so much harder. The soundtrack is also really good. The tracks fit really well with the theming of the series. There are some really emotional tracks in this anime that make the big scenes hit hard. I also really like the OP of this anime. It is actually pretty solid. It has good romantic vibe to it, and it fits really well with the characters of the anime. A Sign of Affection has some really good characters in it. So far, I have yet to find a character that I hate. There's one that is pretty annoying, which I'm sure you already know as I brought him up earlier, but even with his annoyance, he is still a pretty well written character so far, at least from what we've seen from him. But anyway, let's actually talk about the characters and what makes them really good. So I have talked about Yuki a fair bit throughout this video as she is the main character, and a damn good one at that. She has this wonderful personality that makes you want to love and protect her, but she also doesn't get down too often. She understands that some people may find her to be annoying or a nuisance, but she still tries to be cheerful and be happy just being who she is, which is really the main reason why I love her character. Itsuomi is a cool dude who doesn't discriminate against people. He is someone who likes to travel and see and learn new things. So talking to a deaf person and learning sign language was probably just seen as a challenge for him. Of course, he has already grown very close to Yuki and does genuinely care for her. Itsuomi is just a cool dude. I wish I could speak multiple languages and communicate to as many people as he can. That would be cool. The other characters in this anime are cool too. I really like Rin, Yuki's best friend. She has a really bubbly personality and is a really nice person who just wants the guy she likes. Kyoya so far is the nice guy, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with being the nice guy. But as of right now, there isn't too much to his character beyond that. He does seem like a pretty cool dude though. Emma is so far just the jealous type, and when she learns about Yuki, I have a feeling it isn't going to go very well. But I guess only time will tell with that one. She doesn't necessarily seem like a bad person, just someone who is going to do stupid stuff because of her jealousy. The other characters we don't really know too much about, as we haven't really seen them in the story so far, but Shin, I think his name is, seems pretty cool so far. A Sign of Affection is the best new anime this season, and I will stand by that all season long. It is wholesome and cute, has great animation, a good soundtrack, and a really good story so far. I don't see how you could hate this anime if romance is your thing, which if you're watching this video, I assume it is.